40 meters in front of you is your own brother, that moment is heartbreaking. Your head spins with concerns, not knowing how serious the injury is, and your heart is wrenched, watching the only thing worse than seeing your dreams collapse, seeing your brother's dreams collapse. Again, it may seem like it couldn't get worse, but just to add to it, earlier in the day, 4 of my closest friends had their dream of making it to stage shattered as well, losing by thousandths of a second, a time incomprehensible to the human mind. So suddenly, the dreams of your brother and 4 of your closest friends, with whom you have put in hours of sweat, hard work, and dedication, are gone, and things can't get worse. It is in moments like these, when our futures are dashed, and everything seems to go wrong, where we face a decision. How will we respond? We will all doubtlessly encounter these moments in life. Luckily, the story continues, just as life does. I had one more chance to make it out to state in the 4x400, but all 4 of us in the relay were feeling the effects of a tough afternoon. It was then that our coach gathered us together and reminded us, life in sports are tough. It kills a coach more than anything to stand by and watch all the hard work that was put in, the expectations all gone on a freak injury or in thousandths of a second. The emotion of the moment caused a horrible silence. Nothing had gone right. It was then that our coach said, we still have a chance to do something special tonight. And in that moment, our hope for the future returned. An overwhelming feeling of togetherness empowered us, and with a renewed energy, we were ready to make our statement. We ended up winning the race on our hours of hard work, and we made it to state this past weekend. Out of the darkness came something good. The plans for the future had changed, yet perseverance paid off, and suddenly a new vision for the future appeared. In life, when we strive to change the world in some way, there will be times when our plans will be shattered. But we must remember that ceaselessly pursuing the future and pushing on through these tough times will allow us to create a new future, often different, but just as bright. I'd like to leave you today with words from William H. McGravin, 9th Commander of the U.S. Special Operations at the University of Texas at Austin, commences speech to the class of 2014. To the graduating class of 2014, you are moments away from graduating. Moments away from beginning your journey through life. Moments away from starting to change the world for the better. It will not be easy, but start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, then the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better. To my fellow graduates today in the Kettle Moraine class of 2014, pursue your dreams to create a happy future. But no matter what life throws at you, persevere. Grow from the failure and work just a little bit harder to create an even better future for yourself. To all the graduates, alumni, current and future students, and above all, my brother Andrew, don't give up, don't ever give up. Because if you do this, in the end, your future will reward you. Thank you.
So when I was preparing my speech for today, I really just wanted to recite the one that Troy Bolton says in High School Musical 3, but I guess that's not appropriate for the situation. Here is a mini timeline of the last 13 years of our life. Elementary school. We started off as little colorful balls of energy and noise that were barely 3 feet tall. Elementary school was a nurturing place. We learned manners, read good books, and learned how to use our imaginations and creative spirit in our favor. Middle school. While it seemed cool at the time, middle school is something some of us look back on with a bit of reluctance. This usually is because of braces and wild growth spurts. But middle school was our first introduction to independence. We gained basic level knowledge in math, science, English, the arts, technology, and languages to help us succeed. We had a graduation there 5 years ago, where they shook our hands and sent us here. High school. There's a lot of preconceived notions every kid has about what high school is, thanks to movies and television. Lavish proms and old castles, hours in between each passing period to talk, and instant coolness, cool friends, maniacally evil teachers, and singing and dancing in the hallways, though I personally do know some people who may or may not do that anyways. And they also give us this notion that we'll be far more attractive than we were in middle school. Stereotypes come from some reality, but high school is so much more than that. In high school, we are encouraged to take the initiative and discover what it is we want to do for the rest of our life, which is pretty daunting. The beauty of it is, thanks to our teachers and all of our support here at KM, there are dozens of ways to find our path. Joining a club, participating in a sport, auditioning for a show, playing music in an ensemble, AP classes, arts courses, and different charter schools. We have created not merely friend groups, but family groups here. People working together, doing things they're passionate about. High school isn't always a walk in the park, but it helps us take small steps towards the person we strive to be. But now, we're done, and we split up. Our little families are going different ways. We will be with new people. Some of us have been going to the same school together for 13 years. Now we're headed in new directions. To universities, 2-year technical programs, travels abroad, or right into the workforce. It's time to take the creativity of elementary school, the knowledge of middle school, and self-discovery of high school and put it to good use. I'm not going to pretend that I know each and every one of you personally, but I can honestly say that I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do, and may your life be full of what makes you happy. There's a quote from one of my favorite authors, John Green, in his book Paper Towns, that I think really elaborates on this idea that we're going away and starting new journeys. Leaving feels good and pure only when you leave something important, something that has mattered to you, pulling life out by the roots. But you can't do that until your life has grown roots. It's safe to say we have all grown our roots, and we are now pulling these ones out, ready to grow into our own new adventures. Good luck.
Adults like to tell us that high school goes by in the blink of an eye. Though not many of us believed that, we still made it to the end. We made it through the initial culture shock that we had walking through those doors on our first day of freshman year. We cheered our butts off at countless sporting events, we rocked out at homecoming and pep rallies. We made it through driver's ed, through the ACT, and through figuring out what on earth we're going to do with our lives next year. We survived teepee wars, we survived exams, and we survived 4 years of pretty painful hallway music. And then, we must have blinked, because suddenly, we're graduating. Suddenly, we're sitting here in our caps and gowns ready to leave Kettle Moraine behind and take on the rest of the real world, whatever that means. But as intimidating as the real world sounds, it's something I believe we are ready for. We are a class that never gives up. We'll never stop growing and striving to be better and to do better. We aren't about throwing in the towel when things get tough. In these past 4 years, we've become aware of our surroundings outside of this bubble that is Kettle Moraine High School. Together, we've become global citizens. Our awareness of others' needs has bypassed the urgency of our own. If there's one thing this class loves, it's reaching out to those in need without hesitation. Either that or sports. The class of 2014 has decided to take the money we've fundraised in the past 4 years and purchase new equipment for the adaptive education gym class, primarily new bikes. We've also decided to buy microwaves for student use in the cafeteria because some days you just really feel like Easy Mac. Now, on behalf of the class of 2014, I'd like to thank anyone and everyone who has helped us get this far. You've made us feel comfortable for the past 13 years, and right about now is when a shadow of fear creeps up. But we need to remember the words of Lieutenant John Putnam Jr. when he said, "Courage is not the lack of fear, but the ability to face it." So class of 2014, let's do just that. Let's face our fears. Let's be courageous in whatever it is that comes next. And better yet, let's do it together. Because we are... Thank you, and congratulations on surviving high school.
When Margot returns in 20 years, she'll think that music is actually really hip-hop type stuff. On behalf of Kettle Moraine High School, I would like to thank the class of 2014 for the gifts. I would like to offer special appreciation to the class for their unwavering support and compassion for students physically unable to participate in our regular physical education program. Whether it was the many of you who interned in our Adaptive FIAT program or the large number of you who participated in Best Buddies, you should be proud of the work you did. And this contribution will remind us all of your lasting impact. Thank you. Seniors, in the last moments that I have serving